Yes, you guessed it. We're talking about the third eye, AJNA chakra, and its biological seat in the body, the pineal gland. So, cool. Why should you care, right? Funnily enough, this much overlooked center is a spiritual powerhouse of wonderful abilities or siddhis. We would call this in English superpowers, yeah, or attainments. But also when you awaken the third eye, you are totally connected to truth. You see things very clearly, which makes you pretty unwithable. You begin seeing people's hidden intentions, and this allows you to navigate the world pretty seamlessly. But please don't get all excited and start asking your teacher for practices that isolate only the third eye so that you can gain these incredible spiritual gifts and boons. Any teacher worth their salt will turn you away. The spiritual process isn't about that. If you start trying to force openings in specific centers without doing the proper preparatory work, you will become a very unbalanced and spiritually immature human being, and that's not what we want. We want spiritually mature human beings to take the consciousness of really the world, not to make it sound so gross and grandiose, but to take the levels of spirituality in the world forward to help us evolve, isn't it? So we've got to be mature. We're going to talk about what the immature one would look like later, and also what it looks like when this center is open in you and it's flourishing and flowing, and what the symptoms of a blocked one would look like. But before that, these boons and gifts that the practitioner receives are the natural outcome to properly and consistently practicing the spiritual practices that you've been initiated into. All spiritual practices are designed to get prana firstly flowing in the system, and then to direct it upwards. Now, so this is powerful. But now we know all of that, what does the third eye do, right? Well, the third eye does many things that are meaningful for yogis. As an eye, it is of course linked to vision. However, unlike a person's two physical eyes, the third eye sees that which cannot be seen by the naked physical eye. Instead, the third eye sees truth. It sees beyond ego and externalities. It's the key to intuition, along with feeling. It sees things as they are, and not as how a person may want them to be. That's important. So where's it located then? Well, it's located in the brain, directly behind the eyebrow center, at the top of the spine, in the region of the medulla oblongata. And governing the function of this pineal gland is AJNA chakra. This is the command center. AJNA marks the confluence, or the coming together, of the three nadis. Now, nadi just means energy channel, and the three nadis are Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. Ida and Pingala are representative of the masculine and the feminine energy in the system, and Sushumna is that central line of energy that can awaken in somebody as they do the proper practices, through which Kundalini energy is activated. So AJNA is associated with the pure mind and the capacity to witness thoughts, feelings and events without personal involvement. The awakening of AJNA elicits higher perception and intuition, giving the yogi access to knowledge directly without receiving information from the senses, symbolized as an indigo two-petaled lotus vibrating with the mantra Om. Om. AJNA is the seat of the mind. So when the energy of AJNA is flowing strong and flourishing, and the psychology is mature, the practitioner develops the power of clear and penetrative perception. And this allows the yogi to see behind the veil of the apparent reality, but into the hidden script, or the DNA, if you like, of the universe. The greater meaning behind events become really clear. The reason behind a person's intentions become apparent, and the true meaning behind a person's words is heard. With the opening of AJNA comes an increased ability to talk directly to the deeper part of another being. And that's powerful, isn't it? When we say another being, we're not talking about stuff that's out there. Humans, human beings. It's through the awakening of AJNA we get a real sense of being guided from within. And for this reason, it's often referred to as the guru chakra. So what about when it's blocked then? What does that look like? Well, when the energy of AJNA is blocked and we have psychological immaturity at this center, our tendency will be to become over-identified with these new powers of perception, these siddhis, these superpowers, these attainments, and take them to be our own. You know, ego will claim it as mine, rather than a natural side effect of just having opened up to life. As long as we're not able to be detached as the witness to such phenomena, and so long as we're still subject to emotional involvement with them, then these abilities and the use of them will only be coloured and distorted by the workings of our subtle ego, and that tends to lead to an abuse of power and therefore a fall from grace. And we've heard many stories about how this has happened to yogis over the years. So just to finish, this is a very powerful center, and it is something that should not be abused or taken lightly. So if you've had a spiritual awakening or some sort of experience, or you're feeling drawn to this body of work and you want the proper training, then you can join us for a 6-month intensive designed to completely overhaul your life and connect you so deeply to yourself that you never have to worry again. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, then you can apply for that in the link below this video. But regardless of what you choose to do, I hope this video found you well. I hope it served you. Lots of love. Namaste.